Hey guys, uh, it's 9:30 p.m. right now, and I think I need to get back to this part of the chapter that you are doing. So let's just get done with it. Kind of sick of it, but let's do it.
आईस्क्रीम तुवें खावं ना
ना ना अजून ना तू घे
हाडून दिवं तुका
थोड्यान घेता using this data, using this data. Feeling a little out of sorts. थोड़ा demotivated था because I'm not uh, I'm not really applying for a job right now, even though I should. But I'm feeling a very strong imposter syndrome after the last two interview attempts that I gave. So उसमें not knowing my Python fundamentals, even though see I was not expecting to be quizzed on that. That is also a factor. But not knowing those things kind of hurt me a little. Like I think I should know these things now. And it wasn't like they were from like far-reaching sections of Python, कि I had to learn a lot of things for that. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Just एक concurrency मेरे command में आना चाहिए. That is one thing that I realized after that experience. And another one was API design, not API design so to speak, but just working with a Python backend of any sort, like be it Fast API, Flask, or Django. At least उनके concepts आने चाहिए मुझे. That book that I was studying was doing Flask, which is probably not the most how do I say this, relevant framework for Python today. Like you can still get the job done with it, but Fast API and Django are more useful today. But I still think that book cover करना is useful. सो इन्हीं टॉपिक्स में से आए थे यार. मतलब इवेंट ड्रिवन प्रोग्रामिंग में इवेंट लूप क्या होता है, ये क्या होता है, वो क्या होता है. मतलब ये आई डेंट इवन नो आई हैड टू लर्न दिस. ओके मेरे को बोला गया था कि ओके जैंगो पढ़ लो, जैंगो में एक जैंगो रेस्ट फ्रेमवर्क होता है वो पढ़ लो, बट वो पढ़ने का टाइम नहीं मिला पहली बात तो, बिकॉज आई वाज जस्ट सडनली स्टार्टिंग वर्क विद एवरीथिंग. एंड सेकेंडली आई जस्ट डिडंट नो कि देयर इज ऑल ऑफ दीज कंसेप्ट्स दैट कम बिफोर दैट. I doubt anybody could have just told me about this. I would have, मतलब this is something I should have figured out by myself long time ago. कि ये पढ़ने के बाद समझ आना चाहिए कि okay I am missing this concept. Let's get to that. This is not something somebody can just tell you out of the bat. And even if somebody did tell me, I would have probably not appreciated it as much as I do right now. Writing good Python code, it just makes the job easier. You're not wasting time when you're studying a book like this. definitely not wasting your time. Even though you're going to use AI for most of the things that you're matlab, doing in this book, if you're applying any of these concepts in a real world project in the future, you're probably going to use an agent for that. There's a very good chance. ये handwritten नहीं होगा, but knowing what can be done, what are the caveats of doing said thing, एक high level मतलब knowledge होना चाहिए, I think that will help a lot. So yeah, matlab, this is worth it. Even if you like just do away with applications, I understand if you're matlab, feeling a little, and I don't know if the word is unworthy of applying for companies, but yeah, if you think you're lacking, then take your time with it. It's not a big problem. It's not a big problem. You don't need to rush to your next job. But yeah, it just keeps killing me that I'm not doing it right now. I'm not getting out of this. I'm not doing what I need to get out of this company right now. This is at least a very indirect way of doing that. What I'm studying right now is an indirect way of doing that. Yeah, probably wrong to say that I'm not doing anything to make myself capable of leaving this company, but yeah, अप्लाई नहीं करा ना तो लग रहा है कि आई एम जस्ट स्टैग्नेटिंग. So I just wanted to gather my motivation and just finish this book off, and not for the sake of just finishing the book off. Obviously, learn the concepts that are present in it. That is my primary concern. So right now, at least my roadmap sounds like that only. This book on concurrency and that book on API fundamentals. It's पे फ्लास पढ़ा है, as I mentioned, but I think it's still worth learning that. Besides my job, obviously. हो जाएगा, take your time. Don't worry, okay, Ketan? You're not wasting your time. Don't you dare think that way. People who are working in better companies do not know what this is. Don't judge yourself based on that. Okay, that guy reached in a better company. He is better prepared than I am. Probably not. You can't say that. You do know na ki that guy told you ki DSA is probably the most important thing in most of these interviews. Well, you can't directly refute that, but it's definitely not the only important thing. Like that, and the resume is no longer the blueprint for every interview that you're going to give now. This is not college placements. अभी तेरे fundamentals question होंगे. How you apply them in projects will be questioned. You will be probably required to code live. ये सब करना पड़ेगा तेरे को. So learning this makes sense. You're not wasting time. Alright? Cool. Also, I don't know if you need saying this, but you don't need anybody's company to study well, to be happy studying. You've been doing this alone for a very long time, and you've been happy doing it because there is a point to this. You're not doing it for the sake of it. It's not a means to an end. It's an end itself. You're doing this so that you know what's going on. So whether you do it in the company of somebody or not shouldn't matter to you, Ketan. Okay? Don't feel bad because of that. Because somebody is not coming to study with you. Yeah, whatever. If you're feeling a little lonely, push it away right now. This is work. This is more important than that. Alright? Chalo, enough pep talk. Let's get back to. Wait, I'll actually fill my bottle and I'll come back. 1 second. Alright, we are back. Mama wants to go sleep soon, so I'm not sure if I'll stick around here much longer. I'll probably just continue in the bedroom. Chalo, let's go ahead now. This takes it off of our hands. This abstracts it away from us, so to speak. So if you look back at a crawler code, in order to start up numerous threads, we would have to do something like this. Crawler code, checkable queue. This looks like the main.py file. Dot get ignore me. Main.py, right. So this changes. What am I doing right now? See, I'm starting threads. I could have just used a thread executor for I in the range. Let's see what we can do here then. Thread executor. Yeah, thread को executor ही लगेगा ना यहाँ पे. Then use this. Okay, use this instead. I think that's better. She. Okay, with thread pool executor, max workers as executor. Yeah, same thing, that was. ये निकालो. Consume link. Thread count. It should be this thing. Max workers would be thread count. And for each thread count, what function was it? Consume link. So there's no mapping to do. So for I in range, ऐसा ही होता है ना यार. I'm bad at writing code. I'll just copy good stuff. 0 to thread count, I guess. Right. Future equals executor dot submit the task. Remove the shit. Consume link. और क्या होता है करना? Must be some. हाँ. Concurrent futures, it says. Conv image. इतना ही होगा. हाँ, इतना ही करना है. All right. Do I? But then create crawlers call कहाँ पे हुआ? Create crawlers. links to crawl dot join, waiting for the 3. All right. हाँ, क्रिएट क्रॉलर्स। आई थिंक ये यहाँ पे ज़्यादा सेंस नहीं बनाएगा। Fry in range, whatever, yeah. Each of these now is completed. Waiting for there to be no unexplored links. This ought to stay here, I guess. And then once you're done, make sense? Does this not make sense? इसको बस कमेंट आउट कर लो फंक्शन को पूरे ही। I think my girlfriend just texted me. Yeah, probably not a good time. Regardless, I'll text her at 10, 15, 15, 20. Okay, yeah, is this the right thing? Sorry. Links to crawl. Checkable क्यों कहाँ है ये किया मैंने? हाँ, okay, sorry. Links to crawl checkable queue. This function shouldn't be needed anymore. So if we look back at our crawler code, in order to start up numerous threads, have to do something like this. This is just the original code, I think. We didn't change anything here. Huh. However, using thread pool executor, we can condense this down to just a couple of lines. The with command, move sussing or whatever. Yeah, just got to do the functions here over there. Run tera hai. This is your task function that has to stay. And then yeah, while links to crawl not empty. Okay, why is this there? Why is this there? URL.get consume link नहीं, consume link को तुम ये नहीं कर रहे। अरे तो consume link में कर क्या रहे थे तुम? You change the run function. URL is equal to links. Hey, that is okay. Wait, this is now a proper task. Not thinking of a life cycle of a thread anymore. You're just thinking of a task. Understood? There's no while true now. ये निकालो चूतिए निकाल क्या है ये? current thread yeah, try except print exception dot task done. task done क्या करता है? That ack. तो URL ले लिया, क्रॉलर लिंक्स टू क्रॉल ने पुट कर दिया उसको, एंड क्रिएट क्रॉल्स की अभी ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ गई हमें. विद अ थ्रेड पूल एग्जीक्यूटर. ये मेरे को समझा नहीं, मैं क्या, वाई इज दिस? विद थ्रेड पूल एग्जीक्यूटर, थ्रेड काउंट एज एग्जीक्यूटर. दिस मेक सेंस. URL इज इक्वल टू लिंक्स टू क्रॉल डॉट गेट. हाँ ना, सॉरी सॉरी, आई थिंक या आई मेस्ड अप. Yeah, you're stupid. You're stupid. You're not supposed to. You forgot what the task was about. Hi. Pehli URL. Get the URL first. While not links to crawl is empty. While not links to crawl dot empty. इसमें अपना कॉन्टेक्स्ट, फक यार, कॉन्टेक्स्ट मैनेजर डाल. हाँ, नहीं. While not links to crawl empty, link is equal to links what to crawl dot get. If link is not none, then future is equal to on. हाँ, तेरे को URL, the fuck. Okay, you know what, yeah, I think this makes more sense. Fuck's sake, man, this is. Link is equal to links to crawl.get. If link is not none, then consume it over here. URL हो गया ना. Submit. फिर मेरे को ये क्यों नहीं करना पड़ रहा, ज्वाइन क्यों नहीं करना पड़ रहा? Why am I not joining anymore? Will Lord be able to answer this? Have a look at main.py. Is that links to crawl.join function call redundant? Waits for completion. When the context manager exits, it waits for all submitted features to finish. So after line 30 returns consuming is already completed. Task done is already called. Consume link function calls finds finally block which happens before this. By the time you run rejoin, there's nothing to wait for. The task is usually only blocks that are fun, but you have Not the one task. See, yeah, how am I putting more links? How am I entering new links? डॉट पुट और कहाँ यूज़ कर रहा हूँ मैं? ऑड क्रॉलर डॉट क्रॉल, हाँ मुझे में किसमें ही होगा. डॉट क्रॉल ये मैंने बनाया है. URL डॉट व्हाटएवर पुट है क्या इसमें? इनक्यू लिंक्स, इनक्यू लिंक्स इसमें कॉल होता है. हाँ ना. अरे क्या है यार ये? No, 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 this is not nice. All links on that page. Yeah, oh. Hmm. Yeah. That's yeah, I think I. Fuck यार ये मैं. While not links to call, link is equal to. Link is not none, then it's, yeah. And then links to crawl dot join. Wait for all tasks if necessary to actually use the thread pool and the join method. They will be meaningful. But the task already called task done is. By the time join is read, there is. Okay. Yeah, matlab, don't keep your this thing in a loop. That be absolutely sure about that. Print total link scrolled. We are good with that. Storing the results in a CSV file. Like them or load them, CSV file represent a quick and simple way of storing the results of all our scraping. Allow us to perform analysis. Oh wait, is that the plural of analysis? Oh god. On these results quickly and easily using existing software such as Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel. In order to append our results to a CSV file, we can use the already available CSV. Yeah, this is doing nothing. Nothing for threads as such. Cool, import CSV. Does this go in main.py? Fork. Dip. What? I don't know what this means. This append to CSV function will live within a main thread. Will be called as main result is returned from an executor object. इसको callback बुलाते हैं ना then. As completed. नहीं, as completed is the add done callback था ना वो. Add done callback क्यों नहीं कर सकते यहाँ पे? Is it because one of my tasks might fail and then उस केस में करूँगा क्या ऐसा? What is the task supposed to return? Is it supposed to return anything? No, not returning anything. For a function that returns nothing, I don't want this to be a rabbit hole again. Okay, it just gives me whatever the result, whatever the function returned. तो दिस डजंट मेक सेंस कि व्हाट द हेल भाई, क्या है, क्या कोड लिखा है? For future and as completed futures try. हाँ ना, क्या है यार? या आई थिंक एक बार रन करना पड़ेगा यार इसको। दे दे कोड, दे दे मेरे को। आई kind of know that this is gonna get fucked up. If URL is not none, future is equal to, हाँ वो बस करना पड़ेगा थोड़ा अपडेट। खराब कोड लिखा है यार एकदम, मतलब सो मेनी मिस्टेक्स रे, लाइक कंसेप्चुअल मिस्टेक्स। futures futures dot append future, that's how you do it, right? And then that code further down. I think I can do this outside. It will be none, कुछ अपेंड नहीं होगा। देख देख तू। Let's try running this. Python main.py। अब मैं क्या करूँ? यही था ना। Shouldn't be this slow. This is where it waits forever. Why does it wait forever? Why do you wait forever, eh? Wait, I can just do that here. Print links to what? What? To crawl. I thought you. Oh, is that because we are. I should have waited. I thought I can just do this again. Right. Links to crawl. Okay, we are done with links to crawl. Print links to crawl. That's how it works. Checkable. What? इसके contents रे. Print links to crawl dot what now? Contents. If q is a q in Python, how do I print its contents in a line with a single? Shit. Not q.q, links to crawl.q. See, there is stuff in there. There's stuff in here. But why? क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे? मतलब टास्क डन क्यों नहीं जा रहा? Cloudy. I'm noticing that in my implementation of a crawler, relevant files mean and crawler I'm noticing that my code just not hangs, blocks at links to crawl.join, meaning there's stuff in the queue which is against expectation. Can you debug and see why there's stuff in my queue even after I call links to crawl.task_done for every link I consume? I should have told him about the PDB line. Your while not links to crawl empty loop exits. While not okay exits. You're telling me to do this. True. Sorry. Try this. Except if links to call dot empty break. Sorry, not break. Ketan, come on. Why did you? Yeah. Uh-huh. So nonsense, eh? What fucking bullshit. टर्मिनल अब सही से नहीं बनता यार इन लोगों से. Okay, you're saying that this would work. हाँ बरें येता हांवूय येता. हाँ हांवूय येता बस तूं. हय घालता हांव घालता. Did you ask me to remove my PDB wala statement? You didn't, but I think that's fine. this, man. This is not nice. हाँ हाँ घालता घालता Bad internet was going on. Why are you doing this? So ah इट्स अ लॉट. क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे? Dude, please end. भाई टीन थ्रेड काउंट भी 20 है यार, मतलब और कितने थ्रेड्स चाहिए? Why you still? अरे क्या चल? It is supposed to crawl, right? I have to go soon ना वैसे. have to get going, I guess. uh yeah, bedroom निकलता हूँ. Bye, I'll talk to my whatever. Bye.